David, thanks for joining us. You stubbed your toe against Kansas State in that opener and got a really nice win against Vanderbilt. Tell us about that on Saturday.
Yeah, that opening game was tough. College coaches always talk about it, right? We're one of the few sports that does not have a preseason. You kind of roll out there and see where you are. And Kansas State was much more ready than we were. We played like it was a game one. They did not. But since then, we've really come to play. Defensively has really been playing well all year. Still trying to limit those big plays, especially going into UCLA this week, where they're making a ton of big plays on the ground and in the air. But this past weekend was really good for us. Our return game was great. Our kickers did a great job. Defensively, we gave up 2 long runs, and outside of that, a lot of 3 and 4 yard gains. And even got another turnover and interception by our freshman, Jimmy Wyrick. And then offensively, Tanner McKee continues to grow. He looks so poised back there. We think his ceiling's extremely high. Love the guys that we have around on the receivers and tight ends. And then our running backs really stepped up and continue to have a good season.
Yeah, I want to get to Tanner McKee, but how nice is it going to be to finally play at home? 7 straight on the road because of COVID, obviously, and some other, and 3 start this year. What's it going to be like to play in front of your home fans?
It's going to feel great. It's going to be emotional. For a lot of our guys, I mean, our freshmen were in our stadium one time last year, as freshmen. And so our freshmen have never been in the stadium. Sophomores only been in there one time. So to go back in there, know your family, your friends, your dorm mates, right? Student section is going to be here because school starts this week. There's going to be a lot of energy around the stadium. Just excited to finally play in our stadium. Like I said, it's going to be emotional for me. I'm a Stanford alum. I played in that game in that stadium multiple times. And now to finally go back in there after a long hiatus, it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, just to get out of your bed and know you're going to sleep in your bed that night, or be able to stay home all week will be a plus. Tanner McKee, what a story! The LDS mission trip to Brazil. When did you first get on him? I guess.
I think we had heard about him. Tavita Pritchard really heads up the quarterbacks, always scouring and looking for the top guys. We have a profile that we're looking for, and there's no mistake, right? We want NFL looking quarterbacks. From the very beginning, Tavita brought him to me and said, "Coach, you got to watch this guy." And what you saw is a tall, skinny kid with a really, really quick release. Yeah. That's the first thing that jumped off the film for me. That ball comes out quick. It is accurate. But even then, his offense in high school, they did a lot of quarterback gun run stuff. So for as tall and lanky as he was running replays and pulling the ball and running. So you saw what kind of an athlete he was. But you don't really get a chance to feel how talented he is until you see him live. And that ball pops out of his hand. So strong arm, accuracy, good size, and enough athleticism. We knew early on we had something special.
I don't know how many LDS players you've recruited over the years, but did you have a workout plan for him when he went to Brazil, or try to keep in shape? Because I know that's a problem sometimes.
Yeah, we over my 15 years here, we've had many, and the rules are very specific for them. There's certain things that they can do on their mission, certain things that they can't do. They are allowed to find different ways to keep themselves in shape, but they don't go to gyms, right? And a lot of push-ups and sit-ups and going for long walks and jogs. But Tanner always stayed in shape. But the mission was for growth, right? And he grew up a lot in those 2 years. It was great to see him come back in and get himself acclimated to the college world. And then now this year, getting ready to be the starting quarterback at Stanford. Now
he's at 225. Is that still the case, or is he a little bit bigger?
I'd say that sounds about right. Okay. I think over the next couple of years, he'll be 235, 240. He's going to look like a lot of those guys that play on Sundays. And I know he's got that future. Right now, we're glad he's going to spend some time with us here on the farm and possibly break some records while he's here.
Okay, UCLA up next. Obviously, this is a big one. You saw what happened last week against Fresno State. What do we know for sure about the Bruins right now?
Well, first of all, they're very talented. Starts with the quarterback. He is special. 2 years ago, he ran all over us. Last year, we had a tough time containing him until he got injured. But he's the guy. They have 2 really good physical runners. A lot of people don't appreciate, I think, Chip Kelly for what I appreciate him for is just a heck of a designer of run games,
Yeah.
counters and pin and pull plays and sweep plays and all these different things that you have to account for. And he's got a quarterback now that can pull the ball away from all those pullers, and now you have to account for him too. And one of the best tight ends in America, big, fast, and physical that gets down the field. So as usual with Chip, he doesn't make you defend one thing; he makes you defend a lot of things.
Yeah, and that way he hasn't changed much. I talked to him last week. He was really proud of how they've developed both maturity wise, because this is year 4, so a lot of his guys are there, and just how physical they are. You know about physical. Are they bigger, badder, or is that the case?
They're big. They're big.
Yeah.
And when Chip went to UCLA, the team wasn't, it wasn't bad personnel wise. I don't believe it was bad personnel wise, but it wasn't a fit for what he liked to do. Now, like great offensive minds, he adjusted for the talent that he had. But he's been recruiting for, as you said, 4 years now and bringing in the guys that he's looking for. And they're big, athletic offensive linemen up front. He doesn't want just big, sloppy guys, right? These guys can move. They can all pull. They can all run. And that's what he's been looking for. Big, physical offensive line that's also athletic, because they make you defend the edge, but they also make you defend the inside part of the defense as well.
That's great. David Shaw, good luck against UCLA. Thank you so much, and enjoy the home game.
Can't wait. Thanks, Dennis.